Hey there everybody, I'm Christina Weitzel here representing the Mineral Point Chamber with Nate, a local stonemason. He is going to share with us how most of Mineral Point is built and why we may have some issues in some of our basements and foundations. So Nate, I'll let you take it away.
All right, thanks Christina. Nate, like Christina said, I'm Nate Chambers, local stonemason, and I kind of wanted to show you guys some of the old foundations that a lot of Mineral Point was built on. A lot of the walls here, this used to be an exterior wall in this renovated basement. So what they would do is they would build what we call a double wall. They'd build an interior and an exterior wall to support the house. But the problem with these walls is there was a cavity in between. And the masons would throw rocks and mortar in there to try to fill that cavity. But what would happen is over time water gets in there and gravity takes place and erosion then takes place. So if you've got a hole on your outside foundation and you're getting water in your basement, this is one reason why. And this is why we can't plug a hole in your basement and necessarily stop the water problem, because eventually it will find another place out. So this is, like I said, this is kind of an example of how those walls were built. Some rocks tie all the way through for structure and support, but if you've got an 8-foot foundation wall, water is going to can eventually leach into that wall and find its way into your basement. So when people ask me to, like I said, fill a hole in the basement, we can't necessarily do it without fixing the problem outside first. Hey, Nate Chambers here again. Just looking at this backyard and possible remedies to foundation issues and water intrusion. So what the homeowners have done here is they built this retaining wall, so that will catch and divert, if built high enough, will divert any water that comes down from the upper lots and can actually divert that water out and around the house. Very crucial. That's one of the first steps you can do if you're built into a hillside, which most of the houses in Mineral Point are. And secondary, once that water, if any water lands in this patio area, this is actually sloped away from the house. So it has a slope running away. So if any water goes up there, it can actually drain down through this clear stone and this flagstone, which underneath here, there's actually a drain tile, a perforated pipe that will catch that water in a French drain style and then actually divert that water out and around the house again. Very important to try to catch the water outside instead of letting it come inside and trying to pump it back out. And then another crucial thing here is the homeowners they've got new downspouts and gutters. And this is a thing we always want to check for. We want to make sure that those are running properly and not just dumped to the foundation of a house. Get that water contained and actually divert it out and away. They've got underground pipe trenched in underground and diverted away from the house. A lot of times we'll see downspouts that end right at the foundation of the house, and what that does over time is that erodes the ground, and then that water continues to dump inside the house, essentially damaging your foundation and anything inside. So it's very crucial to get that water out and around. And if you have a low spot, like I said, grade up against as high as you can against your foundation to try to run that water away from the house if it does come running down the hill. All right, here we have the old stone foundation to this house. Actually, this is an addition from my guessing. Just looking at it, maybe not. So another thing we look for is these holes in the outside foundation. There's a separation crack here along the chimney and the fireplace. All of those areas are possible water, where water could possibly get into your house. So what happens or what you can do is, it's very simple. There's simple techniques to remedy this, and I am more than willing to tell people how to fix certain small areas like this, because it gives you, the homeowner, a feeling of accomplishment, and plus I would charge you a lot of money to come and do it. So I would gladly give tips and tricks on how to fix these small cracks, especially down low. So down here we look, and this is from water erosion over time. There's big holes here, and if snow in Wisconsin builds up and water starts to run down and erode, this is what we get. We get holes, and I can stick almost my whole hand back into these holes. So you're going to not only only get water, but you're going to get rodents and other things that can get in their bugs and holes. So these holes, we want to dig down, generally on a low foundation like this, we'll dig down at least a foot, and we start to knock out any loose debris. And then we want to fill that back up with the proper mortar, depending on your stone. Generally, it's a type N mortar mix. But again, we can talk about details later if you contact me. So these are definitely holes that we want to take care of. And another thing right here is this is a sump pump that you can see this pipe goes out to the street to exit this water. There's a low catch basin over here in the yard. And what that does is that stops and catches any water there in this low-lying area, and then it can go into this sump pump and pump the water away from the house.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed all the awesome tips that Nate gave you. Nate, if people have questions, they want to contact you, how would they get a hold of you?
People can contact me at my phone number. It is 608-213-7344, and I'd be happy to meet up with people and kind of give them, like I said, some tips and tricks on some home improvement things that they can do themselves and show you some of the proper equipment and tools to use.
Awesome. Yeah, he's given us a lot of tips, so I highly encourage reaching out to him if you need him. And thanks for watching. Have a great day, guys. Bye.
With grants, and that's what I was going to ask you about that. What do you know about that? Because it is an historic building, I'm like, there's money. I know that usually with historic buildings, you can get grants on historic buildings to try to bring them back to life.
Yes. It just is you wrote a lot of grants. Yes. So.
A year almost sometimes to get.
Yeah.
Again, depends on the grant funder. Usually most of them are cyclical, so they'll have like their deadline, like most of their deadlines seem to be like spring and fall. And then they have, you have to have the work completed in a certain amount of time, but each one is different. And some of them are open, some of them allow you to just submit applications as you need them.
Yeah, and you could probably help with that part of it. Maybe Julie and we can partner together on it because she is very, that's what she's on.
Okay.